Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Raising the New Earth podcast. I'm your host, Noah Dori, and today, in lieu of the fires in my beloved state, I wanted to do an episode about battling toxic air and to give you tools for health and resilience in this ever-changing world. So, this is a spiritual war. Yes, on the physical level, there is fire, but I feel that this is a spiritual war. There is a cleansing and a purification effect taking place in the world right now. We see it in opposite sides of the world, but I always think that nothing is coincidental and nothing is isolated. And I feel that this is a spiritual war, and we need to understand that environmental toxins are far more than just physical events. They are part of a deeper spiritual battle. Um, Further, smoke toxins that we are experiencing right now, those of us that live in California or SoCal, and chemicals that invading the air represent not only environmental, but also energetic disruptions that challenge our physical and spiritual well-being. So in challenging times, I always do use the mantra, rise above the chaos, or to make it more personal for me, I say rise above the bullshit. So rise above the chaos and let's explore together how these challenges affect us. And more importantly, how we can rise above them. So let's begin. The reality of environmental disasters like wildfires and industrial burns is that it releases a cocktail of substances into the air that includes the smoke and the chemicals and heavy metals. For example, when buildings burn, the air is filled with countless harmful compounds, and the fire retardants add another layer of toxicity with chemicals and heavy metals that linger in the air that we breathe. The impact isn't limited to respiratory health. Toxic air comprises our immune system and triggers chronic symptoms, sometimes immediately, but more often long after the exposure. Pollutants do more than harm our lungs. They feed pathogens like viruses, which release neurotoxins or dermatoxins into our bodies. This leads to symptoms like migraines, fatigue, brain fog, eczema, autoimmune flare ups, and even the onset of new health challenges. Even us living several miles from the fires, my kids are now experiencing this eczema and redness on their hands. I feel my sinuses have flared up every time there's strong wind. I cough. So even though we're not in the neighborhood where the fires are taking place, we are close enough that we're all experiencing those symptoms that I just mentioned. The air quality is being affected all around. Poor air quality does not only affect your breathing, it compromises, again, the immune system and triggers chronic conditions. So be aware of that. Heavy or prolonged exposure to polluted air is particularly harmful if your immune system is already weakened. So, masks like the N95 could be helpful for those who live much closer to where the fires and the toxicity is happening. Now, while we can't control environmental disasters, we can control how we protect and care for ourselves. So let's focus on, especially in this episode, I wanted to focus on being equipped and empowered rather than fearful. Knowing the tools and steps to support your body can make all the difference during and after exposure to toxic air. It starts with the mantra I just shared with you, rise above the chaos. It can continue with another mantra, I am safe, my family is safe, we are protected. That will be on a mental and a spiritual level. Prayer can go far and beyond just your words. It can go to the divinity and help us tilt the scale of evil versus kindness, yin and yang. But as far as resources and supplements, there are several supplements that I like to focus on. And even if resources are limited, there are affordable or practical options to safeguard your health. So the tools that I like to focus on for better air quality and recovery would be supporting our immune system. So you got to protect it from being overburdened during challenging times. There's going to be a detoxification. We got to detoxifying those toxins and rid your body of heavy metals, chemicals, and pollutants. Lung and respiratory support. We want to keep the airway clear and functional. Hydration. Smoke and toxins are extremely dehydrating, so paying extra attention to our hydration helps in the detoxification and healing of the body. And then antioxidants. So counteract the oxidative stress that we're being bombarded caused by the pollution exposure by reintroducing antioxidant supplements into the body and different tools. So these tools aren't just for emergencies. These tools can be used regularly to keep your immune system resilient. Again, consult with your physician. This is just for educational purposes, but I personally like to refer to these tools as an addition to my first aid kit. So here are my to-go-to supplements that can really help with efficacy of cleansing our system while we're battling this bad air quality. First one would be vitamin C, micro C, a must for respiratory and immune health. The buffered formula, the powder formula can be gentle and very, very powerful. Glutathione supports natural detoxification and reduces oxidative stress. Propolis is incredible for boosting respiratory health and immunity with antioxidant properties. Liquid zinc sulfate, I really, really like Vimergy or Mary Ruth Organics. It's a potent immune booster with for our respiratory function. B12 with both coenzymes, adenosylcobalamin and methylcobalamin, is essential for energy and cellular health, especially during these times of stress. Both my kids and I take it daily, regardless. Spirulina, Hawaiian spirulina, or heavy metal-free spirulina, such as Vimergy's, is packed with immune-supporting phytochemicals and antioxidants. It's also rich in iron. And last but not least, barley grass juice powder. It's very, very rich in, you probably heard of it, polyphenols. It helps detoxify heavy metals and offers strong antioxidant benefits. These are things that I used to take on a normal basis. Now I take them whenever I feel my body needs the extra aid in purifying whatever is going on. Like I mentioned, now these are things that I'm feeling in the air. And it is important to remember that the fight against toxic air is more than a physical challenge. It is part of a great spiritual battle for our health, our consciousness, and our resilience. And we have to take care of our bodies. When we take care of our bodies will take care of us. And by taking proactive steps, we actually honor our own bodies and we honor the planet. Small actions like incorporating supplements or staying super hydrated, like lemon water or lemon water with Himalayan salt or Celtic salt, are powerful ways to fight back and heal. Electrolytes such as coconut water is fantastic. So, yeah, I mean, and I've been thinking a lot about it the last few days since it has begun, and I'm trying to find the spiritual reason and the why behind it. So I can't control what is happening, but I can absolutely control how my body is dealing with it and my mental health. So in closing, we want to rise above the toxic air. We want to rise above the chaos. Environmental disasters really remind us of the fragility of the balance that is sometimes being tilted in the world. But they also call us to be warriors for our health and spiritual well-being. And I want you all to remember that you are not powerless, and with knowledge and tools and resilient spirit, you can thrive even in the most challenging times. Thank you again for joining me on this episode of Raising the New Earth. If this resonated with you, please share it with someone who might need these tools, and let's continue our spiritual growth together. Until next time.